What is going on, everyone? As the stream title says, better late than never. It's Friday night, it's 10 to 11. I am cream crackered, but we're here streaming. Couldn't do last night, couldn't do any earlier this night. Life, etc. just gets in the way sometimes. Most of the time this doesn't happen for me, but special occasion the last couple of days. So yeah, do it tonight, and then normal service will be resumed. My free hit team, as it is right now, is on the screen. I've not done too much tinkering with it, to be honest. The front seven is pretty much picked. It's just a defense, really, that I got to mess around with. Some good news from today. Some confusing news. What does Wenger mean? Pep's going to line up strong. What does strong mean? You know what I'm saying? Anfield Express. They think Firmino's going to be rested. Robertson's going to be rested. They've been pretty good in the last few weeks, so I'm going to take their word for it, basically. And I cannot turn down getting Moreno, but people are mentioning Milner now, and I completely forgot that Milner is a defender playing in midfield. Now, he's not on penalties, unfortunately, and he could be taken off early, and obviously there's no guarantee he actually has any good shots, but he's playing in midfield. He's now an option. Anfield Express are talking rubbish. I mean, they got the team right 2 weeks ago. They got it right that Salah was going to play last week. I'm happy with them, I think. Yeah, I don't want to hugely talk about my team because the defence isn't settled. And it doesn't matter who I change to, people will still be telling me to change it. So, I mean, I can put in maybe something that will get less questions. And this does not work. What the hell? Let's try that again. I mean, I don't mind talking about my team, but I can't click on all players. What the hell? Okay, is anyone else getting that issue? Let me try another browser a sec. Hang on, people. Rumours of Sterling picking up an injury. I think you're lying. I've not seen that anywhere. Okay, for some reason this browser's not working, so give me just a second, I'll do it in the other one. Okay, that gives me the same money. This team should get less questions now, hang on. Right, there's not too much you can argue with there, I think. Baines is in, people. Oh, hang on. I have to apologise in advance for yawning. Honestly, I could be in bed right now asleep. Have I been working out lately? Yeah, but only for like the last 2 weeks. Damn, I can't believe there's 300 people watching already. I kind of forget everything. There are 5 polls up. There's Gameweek 35 captain, best Man City midfielder who's not Sterling. Obviously, some people won't think that Sterling's the number one target, but to me, he seems to be the one that's in every single team. And he was first name on my team sheet, apart from Salah, of course. Will Lacazette or Aubameyang start? Best clean sheet chance other than Liverpool, Man City, because I think most people think their defences are either good or they don't have a slot in defence for them. And are you free hitting this week or not? It might not be a short stream. We'll see how it goes. I don't have to be up early, at least. It's basically the reason the stream's late tonight is it's my little boy's birthday today. So obviously I wasn't going to come and stream and spend the spending the day and night with him. And I downloaded Fortnite for him as a birthday treat because I've not let him play up until now. So he was basically up until about 25 minutes ago. He was up playing that. I've never seen a kid be so happy on a birthday with a present that was basically free. But hey, that's how it goes. There's a spider on my wall. I'm not even going to look. I'm kind of looking in the camera. Best Man City defender to get in if not on a free hit. I mean, I guess Otamendi is probably the safest, but I don't see Company missing too many games between now and the end of the season. But you know what he's like with injuries. So Otamendi is probably the best one now he's had a rest, I'd say. Was he playing or were you playing? Nah, he was playing. I was actually dozing off on the sofa for some of it. He got like... The funny thing was, the reason I said about 10:30ish is because I was timing... Basically, he was dying every time he landed. Because it's a tough game. So I thought, okay, you can have 2 more games, I said to him. And then it's bedtime, because he's too young to be up much later anyway. And then he died in the first one really quick, and the second one he stayed alive till like the last 5 people or something. Typically. That's why we started a bit later. How's it going, Matt? Oh, you're hoping the Scoutcast curse wears off. I don't know if it will. I think you kind of have that curse for the season, really. You got to wait till next season. I want to know what your defence is, though, because you said it was nostalgia. I'm guessing Baines, Moreno, and Van Arnold. You sure Crouch has enough cover if Lacazette doesn't feature? I think Lacazette starts. I personally think they'll both start. I do think free hitters are going to get stung by Aubameyang, myself included, but with what Wenger said today, it does sound more like Lacazette will start for sure, and Aubameyang probably will from the left. Baines, Milner, Bellerin. Yeah, but I suppose Bellerin is a bit nostalgia pick, actually. I honestly think Silva is second best City mid. I think they'll all play Sané, Silva, De Bruyne, Sterling. How happy am I with my free hit? I'm pretty happy, to be honest. I mean, I know people think I probably sit there all day, all night checking this stuff, but I chose... Once I realised I could get that front 7, I haven't looked at anything else, basically. So it's really just the defence. And to be honest, sometimes, although I've got this free hit and a lot of people don't have it, so I should be trying to make the absolute most of it, I kind of figure the defence, there's probably... Of course, one defender could score super high and one might not, but I don't think there's enough in it where you can absolutely say that... people are going for Baines, but Newcastle are in really good form, sorry. Arsenal not being great, but if they're going to play a strong side, could they keep a clean sheet? There's probably not much in it. Not enough where I want to stress about it. So I'll just pick them. And then if I miss out, I miss out. I think sometimes I like playing like that because then you're not so emotionally attached when it goes wrong. You see people do you know what I mean? They're tracking what their players are doing every 10 minutes when the match is on. I need X to score this, and now they're top of the bonus, now they're not. It's just let it play out, really. Do I think it's important to have a playing bench? Not really, but I think depending on your team value, selling value or whatever, you can do it. There's enough cheap players. Long, for example, is definitely going to start. Tompkins is only 4.3. Crouch is only 4.8. That's who I've got. So while I don't think it's absolutely important to have a playing bench, depending on who you've picked. If you've picked someone who's risky, who might not start, then maybe it is. But then perhaps you should rethink that player. But otherwise, if you've got the money, you might as well pick players that are going to start. How's it going, Stephen? Is there anyone that does a City team leak like Anfield Express? Now, I think Anfield Express are kind of... Well, I would say 1 in a million, but they're 1 in 20 teams in Premier League. Doesn't Milner beat Moreno? I don't know. Moreno's very good for bonus points. He is quite attacking too. To be honest, Moreno's one of those picks where I've got a bit of a soft spot for him. So to have the chance where it looks like he's definitely going to start in a good fixture, where there's almost no downside because if it goes bad, and obviously he will be back out the side because Robertson will be back in, I won't have him in my team anyway, so that's it for me. That's why he's in for me. And obviously, yeah, Milner's a lot more expensive. Arsenal leaked apparently. Where's the Arsenal team leaked? Will the Sunday roast be a special barbecue? I don't think so. I think the rain's supposed to come back. Thoughts on Klavan? If you need a cheap Liverpool defender, and you can't get to Moreno, he looks perfectly viable, 4.1. Arsenal team. I wouldn't trust any other team leaks, to be honest, apart from the Irish one. Until they get a few right. Thoughts on Ings? Thoughts are he's not that good. He's been out for ages. I wouldn't personally want to pick him, I don't think. Anyone else lying in bed absolutely dying from the heat? See, it's been really warm in Ireland today, but nothing like the UK, I don't think. I went for a walk earlier. It was like, 12 in the afternoon. It was definitely t-shirt weather. I could have probably got away with shorts too, but wasn't quite the UK. How did you take the news about Wenger? I don't know. It was kind of sad, even though I'm not an Arsenal fan. I think the thing with Wenger is he's kind of like the last kind of manager of that generation, I guess. Now it's all get a manager in, doesn't perform for a year or two, he's out, and it kind of sucks, really. Obviously, I know from Arsenal fans' point of view, he's not been doing very good. They wanted him out, fair enough. But yeah, it's kind of sad, I think. He's a legend, right? He's a legend. He's been there. He's been at Arsenal ever since I can remember following football. Then reminiscing about the games between him and Fergie. They were great when I was growing up. Meme on Monday night players. Yeah, I forget actually that Everton are playing on Monday. There's actually loads of midfielders I would like. So Ramsey, but there's no guarantee he'll start. And I think Balassi and Shaqiri could do something. But Zaha, if Benteke doesn't play, then I really want Zaha. He looks really good. Ozil can outscore Mane. Maybe he can, but two Liverpool attackers, I think, against West Brom. West Brom have got to come out and try and score. Oh yeah, I've got Candleland on repeat. My bad. Although, to be fair, it's quite funny because no one ever complains about Candleland being on repeat. I wonder if they would if it was a different song. Going Ramsey because if he doesn't play, we're getting Perez off the bench. I suppose there's a chance that he comes off the bench. I don't know, but the last couple of times he's been rested, he's been completely out of the squad. Are you not surprised Anfield Express has not been shut down yet by Liverpool? I mean, they can't shut the Twitter account down. They have to plug the leak. Robert, you just subscribed. Thank you. Moreno will get back. Look, Moreno's one of those picks where I'm not going to advise anyone else to get him in, but I want him in my team. Tesso, I know you weren't complaining. I just kind of meant that in general. Chambers was in my team until Wenger started talking about playing full strength, and I wonder then if Mustafi and Koscielny will play. I don't know. Chambers has played the last four. Even if Koscielny plays, maybe Mustafi gets the rest. He's not had a rest recently. So I don't know. I kind of like... Honestly, I think... two things I think are happening with the people on the... And apologies to people that aren't on free hit, because I know you're probably sick of having to hear about it. I think people are getting sucked into having to spend the money. Like, I'm not convinced that De Bruyne is actually the second best Man City mid to have. I feel like I'm just getting him because he's expensive and I can afford him. And I think the same for Bellerin. If I knew Chambers and Bellerin were both going to start, I'd probably pick Chambers. I think. I mean, obviously Bellerin's got potential for attacking returns. His stats have actually been okay this season, like when he's played. But Chambers in the last 4 has got the most goal attempts. Kind of like him. But I don't want to risk too many positions. Also, how bad was... I like the way no one's talking about Game Week 34 for obvious reasons. It was awful. Safest Arsenal defender... It might be Bellerin because he's had a rest. Otherwise, maybe Monreal, but who knows if Kolasinac going to start? Probably Monreal and Bellerin. Luke's in a hotel in Watford. Nice, ready for the game. Hope to see a few Zaha goals. Are you not a Watford fan? Could be wrong there. Thought 34 was okay. Well, I ended up on what did I end up? 100, but I took a 4-point hit, so 96 total. Went up to 26k from 37, so 11k jump in rank. It's okay. I'm a bit worried about how this season's going to end now. I've said that for a couple of weeks now. And then I've got a team like this without any risks. I'm captain in Salah. But then in some ways I feel like I don't need to take risks because I'm on a free hit. I might as well go for what I consider to be the best players instead of players that are risks, because obviously there's lots of people without their free hit who can't do that. Brent, you're 6th in the league. Nice. So someone, I think it was Super Tiger, asked about my keeper selection. So Butland, if you look at the stuff actually official FPL put out today, I mean Butland's really good for save points. I think since he came back, he's only like 5 points. He came back in Game Week 15, and I think from then until now, he's only 5 points behind what De Gea's got over the same period. I know Burnley are doing well right now. Obviously they lost to Chelsea, but before that they had 5 wins in a row. So they are scoring goals, but quite a few games now in quick succession. Vokes might come in, I suppose, for Wood or Barnes to give one of those to a rest. But I guess Burnley don't score too many goals. Even though they are scoring, they don't score too many. So hopefully Stoke can keep them out. If they don't, then save points for Butland. Hopefully save points either way. Plus Stoke, they've got a win now. And they don't have a striker that's going to get them out of trouble. You know, Shaqiri is their best bet. He's actually been involved in, like, I think it was 86%. It said on Fantasy Football Scout earlier. Since Lambert come in, he's been involved in, like, it's over 80% of all their goals. So if they score, he's involved. So it's all resting on him. But they're going to have to keep it tight because they're not going to go and score 3 or 4 goals. Juve is no good. Crouch is... I've got him on my side, but I don't expect anything. They might not even play. Quickfire round. Yeah, we might do one of those in a little bit. Damn, this is the most people we've had watching for ages. Maybe Friday night streams are the way forward. Arsenal Express. Ah, come on. Someone in fantasy football has set up that Arsenal Express. 25 followers. Chet Bellerin, Staffy, Koscielny, Monreal. I mean, it looks credible, but like it could be a credible team. Excuse me. But I wouldn't trust it. Not just yet. Stream's been running for 25 minutes. Don't forget to vote on those polls if you haven't already. And hit that like button. Late night stream. It's not credible. Wilshire's injured and it says team for tomorrow and the game is Sunday. Nice. Yeah, I don't think accounts like that suddenly get set up and have the team news. Like, I'm sure Anfield Express hasn't always had the team news. They've got 25,000 followers. They've probably just built up contacts and whatever. Why is City players so essential? Will they not relax a bit towards the end of the season? I mean, there's two things really. One, we don't know if they're going to relax or not. It's impossible to say because they've not had a game since they won the league. Two, if you're on a free hit, I don't see the risk in... To me, it would be a risk not to max out on City players. I don't see why you would take that risk. Yes, Pep could rotate. We don't know that for sure. But I just think with his comments, there's records to chase. They're playing Swansea, who are in a relegation fight. They've got to keep it fair. They don't have to, obviously, but I think they will. It's the first home game after winning the league. I don't know. I mean, it's not the one where they're going to get presented the trophy, so maybe not. But for me, I don't see any real good reason not to max out on City. Situations like this week where not many nailed players, you're thinking a more solid bench required. I mean, at least my bench are all... Okay, Crouch isn't guaranteed starter, but the other two defenders are going to play. So yeah, I've kind of gone for something like that, just in case. Don't prefer the Salah captain early. I mean, I don't take notice of when the teams are playing, to be honest, whether it's an early kickoff or not. Salah, again, is like a risk thing. You can not go for Salah, of course, but everyone is going to captain him. And I just think, like I was thinking earlier about captaining Jesus, for example. But even if he gets a brace, that's 13 points. Salah gets one goal. You know, maybe there's a clean sheet. Maybe he actually gets a bonus point. That's 8 points. He's only 5 behind. And he's only needed that one goal. And then what if we're in a scenario where he gets, you know, a brace or a goal and assist, goal or 2 assists, which we've seen him do before, then it's going to hurt you. So I think he can easily get those points. Whereas Jesus has got to score twice. And do I think Jesus has got a hat-trick in him? Maybe. I just always... And it's not even a thought thing. Like, we know Salah will always get something. I just don't see the point taken off him. But I suppose if you're really chasing, you could do it. I have thought about it. I strongly thought earlier about captaining Sterling as a really big differential. But on 26k, I don't think I can do enough risky picks from now until the end of the season to get me into the top 5k. I think I'd have to nail everyone, and that seems unlikely. And I don't want to drop rank, so I'm probably going to carry on playing safe. Just see where it gets me. That was kind of the experiment for this season. Play similar to last year and see where it gets me. 26k so far. Can I get into the top 10? Maybe. I'm not even sure I'd be happy with top 10k. We'll see. $10k is the goal now, yeah. Pre-season I wanted top 5k, but I think that's too difficult. Why don't you get Firmino? Firmino is apparently going to be rested. Maybe benched. Do I think some Liverpool players will be rested? Yep. Robertson, Firmino, the big ones. The free hit is an advantage in itself. No need to negate it with a differential cutting. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, James, to be honest. The thing, what you got to remember about that Anfield Express account is, so obviously, yes, they could have it wrong. Their source could have it wrong. Klopp could change his mind. There'll be an injury pre-match or a niggle, and they have to change a player. There's no guarantee that team they've posted will be there. Not 100% guarantee. Of course, they can't be. But it's a legit account. It's not one that's just been set up. It's not one that's even into fantasy football. They don't post that team for fantasy football reasons. We've just found it, and now we bugged them for it. I think they were doing it anyway. They got no reason to troll us, really. Do you know what I mean? That's just a way to lose followers. Once you troll, like, if they get it completely wrong, then people unfollow them. Don't take any notice of them. So it's even maybe a risk for them to be posting it. They could have just posted like they did last week that Salah's going to start and leave the rest. It's like I know Adam might watch this back. It's like when he told me Baines was going to start, and he showed me afterwards. He showed me a screenshot of an original team sheet, and then Baines last minute or whatever wasn't starting, or someone got the picture wrong or something like that. It happens. Like, you got to be prepared for that. Just like I'm prepared that Aubameyang outscores Lacazette. Is that our only difference in our team, David? Klavan versus Moreno. Yeah, we probably don't need to talk about Anfield Express all the stream. How can Wenger bench Aubameyang? He's been their best player and he wants to end his Arsenal spell on a high. I don't think league-wise Wenger can end on a high now. There's no way they're getting top 4, top 6. They'll get it. They'll probably get it ahead of Burnley, no matter whether Aubameyang plays or not. So they're in top 6, let's say. Who cares at this point? Europa League is his only focus right now. And he's kind of said they need to play. I said this actually ages ago that people saying Lacazette's back, that's great. He'll play in the Europa League. I said like there could be minutes taken off of Aubameyang. Now we haven't really seen that too much yet, but it has happened because you can't just not play Lacazette in the league when there's days and days and days between Europa League matches. Need to keep him match fit. Same reason Salah and Mane are going to play tomorrow. But of course, they might come off early. Yeah, Bauer is someone that tempts me because he's playing out of position. But it would mean doubling on Stoke defence, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Funny how many are not going Burnley attackers. Yeah, I don't know. I liked Burnley attackers on my wild card, but I don't know. Not for a free hit. Can't see us. I think Aubameyang will start. I just think Lacazette will too. I mean, we've already seen Lacazette play as the striker and Aubameyang playing wide. The Burnley attack is just like glamorous. Yeah, I just think on a free hit, you're kind of aiming for the best players, I guess, and Burnley don't come into that. KDB seems to be a differential. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things with this free hit. When you look at Twitter teams, it doesn't look like you've got any differentials. But when you compare them to what people are actually going to have this week outside of Twitter, you're going to have loads of differentials. Like people have said in the chat, the free hit in itself is a differential. Gundogan should be on penalties, yeah. I mean, there's no reason, I suppose, why someone else couldn't step up and take one, but he took one while Aguero was out, and I think Jesus was on the pitch, so he looks like he's the main man right now. Yeah, no, Goodmanson is a good player. I mean, who am I getting Goodmanson in for? Like, sorry, who am I taking out for Goodmanson? Good night, you haven't answered any of my questions. I'm glad I could help. Hopefully you have a great sleep. If you need help falling asleep, maybe just keep the stream on. But just turn it down a little bit. My voice will send you asleep eventually. Did not bother you that Salah, Mane and Lacazette could be brought off early? No, not really. They could be brought off early, will they? If I think they're going to get 60 or 70 minutes, who do I replace them with? I don't know. Lacazette is... I don't know if he's the biggest... I don't know if he's a worry. But I'm not completely happy with it because that spot was always going to be Aubameyang. And now I've changed it off some comments without any guarantee that he won't play. So there is a risk there. And obviously people who haven't got the free hit will have Aubameyang, not Lacazette. Yeah, no, De Bruyne's home stats are insane. He's played a lot. Can you do an imitation of Jamie Carragher? Who would I spit on? I'm not worried that Aubameyang will outscore him. I just think there is a possibility of that happening, and free hitters are actually fallen into a trap based on the comments. But because of those comments, I don't feel I can go Aubameyang. Not worried about the KDB tired comments. What tired comments? Don't tell me this now. How can you afford De Bruyne? Please explain, does squad value increase and make a player cheaper? No, squad value increases over the season. Like, players rise in price while they're in your team. And when you take them out, you obviously bank that profit. So I've got fairly high team value. Obviously, you got to realise as well, like, we're not having to put people like Kane and stuff in who's like 13 million. So Lacazette and Jesus are nearly 3 million less. So straight away, that's a lot of money to spend. Where else is money being saved? That's probably the main place, actually. Obviously, because it's a free hit and like I'm going Butland, in the unlikely case he doesn't play, I've got their sub keeper, so that's saving some money as well. Article in the Mail saying he needs a rest. I mean, to be fair, I've thought De Bruyne needed a rest for like the last 2 or 3 months. So maybe it'll happen now. I don't know, maybe I'm telling myself they'll start because I want them to. I don't know. Why KDB? Kind of like David's saying, really. He just seems to do really well. I don't think it's a guarantee that he's better than Silva or Sané, though, if they both start. Do you know what? I'm not that bothered about Willian being back in my team next week. He's not the one that I'm desperate... Well, I'm not really desperate to get rid of anyone in my team, but he's not one who I think I really need to get rid of. I think Mahrez possibly before. The thing with Willian... I know he hasn't performed, but he's been playing well still. And the fact that he was rested in the last game, I think is a good thing, because that just shows that he's first choice. Do you know what I mean? He's as important as Hazard, if you want to say it like that. So if they go out of FA Cup, then he's going to keep playing. He's got a double game week. I'm happy to have Willian. I just hope he does something for me. I don't think I'm going to get rid of him. Why is your team so bad? I don't know. I ask myself that every couple of minutes. Are we having another quick fire session? We might do in a bit, yeah. I'm pretty tired. I don't know if I can be energetic for that. I think if it's 2-0, Salah gets subbed. I mean, he might do, but then perhaps he's been involved with both those goals. How do you, week after week, manage to stay calm when there's always that one casual who stumbled across your stream who thinks they're entitled to have their question answered? I'd shut off. Just ignore. I just don't really care, to be honest. Like, you can see, all you have to do is see the chat and how quickly it goes up. It's impossible to answer every question. Millie or Mane? Mane, but I cannot wait until Milivojevic outscores everyone in my team this week. Maybe we'll get 2 penalties this week. Or a penalty and a free kick. Like, Milivojevic is like classic dedicated FPL manager problem, because most of us will not go for him because we just don't think he's going to keep up. We don't think they're going to keep getting penalties. He can't keep knocking free kicks in. Whereas really, he keeps scoring. They keep winning penalties. They got Zaha, they got Townsend, quick players up front who are, you know, quick to go down in the box. He could get another penalty. But we won't go for him because we'll feel we know better. Lacazette to get 60 minutes to be rested for while Aubameyang gets the full 90. Yeah, but then even like recently, Aubameyang got subbed and Welbeck stayed on. So, and there was nothing to save Aubameyang for. So I don't think that's a guarantee, to be honest. What do I think of these transfers? Alonso, Mahrez, Lukaku to Otamendi, Sterling, and Jesus for a -8. -8. I mean, obviously Alonso's not going to play this or next week, so that's not so bad. Mahrez is out of form. Lukaku not playing, then he's got Arsenal. I think that could, over a few weeks, that could pay back. And obviously, if they all play in Gameweek 37, then you're laughing because they got really good fixtures. Obviously, Alonso could punish in the double game week, but he is going to be out for the next 2. So if you've got no free hit, that could be a good move. How much is your De Bruyne worth? Whatever his cost is right now, 10.3 or 10.4, something like that. Watching this with my girlfriend, she appreciates your honesty. About what? I haven't been too honest, have I? I could be sitting here lying, for all you guys know. Lying through my teeth. Obviously, to answer that -8 question, it obviously would depend on who you might have playing. But that looks overall like a good set of transfers if they all play. Taking a -12, Jesus. Okay, 4 players who won't play. Yeah, I keep forgetting actually. Obviously, they're not going to play, so that -8 is suddenly only a -4. Andy Carroll against... Yeah, but there's no guarantee Andy Carroll starts. You can tell the interest has decreased as there are fewer hits taken. What do you mean? My aim for this week is, what am I, 26k. It'd be nice to get into the top 20k. I don't think it's going to be that easy, unfortunately, but top 20k with 3 game weeks left, 1 being a double game week where I've got triple captain. I don't know, 20k to 10k in 3 weeks. I think I'm going to struggle to do it, to be honest. But we'll see. Oh, Fantasy Football Scout in the house. What's going on, Mark? Shaqiri over Zaha. Interesting. I do think Shaqiri's being overlooked. I said this already. As I read your fantastic article earlier, he's been involved in more than 80% of all goals since Lambert turned up. I do work. Yeah, I kind of get what David's saying there. Zaha's always troubled me. I don't think I've ever had good points from Zaha, but if Benteke doesn't play, I'm kind of in for him. Crouch, yeah, I know. I had to put Crouch in. I did have Tulloch in there earlier. It's a bit of a joke. I'll start up a Google Hangout, Mark. You can come join me. I know, I always come around to Crouch. I've got a few of the nostalgia picks in there. Moreno, Baines, Crouch and Bellerin. Would I get Coleman over Baines if I had the money? Nah, I think I'd stick with Baines. No love for Welbeck? No, not really, to be honest. Get Mark on the stream. Mark is always welcome. He knows that. He only has to click his fingers. Click his fingers. Andy, get me on the stream. You're in. This double game was a disappointment. Yeah, it was a disappointment for most people, though. Although the mini-league rival that I've been trying to catch for ages, he nailed it. He had Gross, Murray, Smalling. Still undecided on Lacazette versus Aubameyang. Got the latter for the Rose. Yeah, I think they're both going to start. And I think it's a trap. I think there's a trap for us on free hit that we're going to go Lacazette and Aubameyang's going to do better. When will I be selling signed photos of myself? No one wants that crap. What about Jesus is the only striker in a 4-4-1? Yeah, you could try that if you think defenders are going to do that well, but I don't know. I think I'd prefer Lacazette or Aubameyang, really. Johnny, Az, Mark or Lee is your biggest competition. Johnny and Az are well out of reach. I think Mark's about 30 points ahead of me. Is Baines on penalties? Yeah, we think he might take one if they get one, but we don't know for sure. I don't think. Is Otamendi nailed for the rest of the season? I think he'll start a majority, yeah. He just had his rest as well. I don't think they've really got any... I mean, who are the two young players that they're probably going to start? Foden, Zinchenko, is it the left back? I don't know how many centre-backs they've really... Obviously, they've got centre-backs to play. Company, Laporte and Stones. And Otamendi. So they got a few there, but I don't know. Otamendi's played so much this season. I don't know when Stones is back. Yeah, it could be this week. I don't know what Pep said about him. You've only got Baines so you can watch something on Monday night. Yeah, a few people have said that. You're always rooting for me to finish highest out of the fantasy football scale. Like, how far are you off? Johnny and Az are uncatchable at this stage. I think Johnny might even be 100 points clear of me nearly. I think Company will start, yeah. I think Laporte will miss out this week. Company does like a goal, we've seen, as he did against Man United. Have I looked up Arsenal Express on Twitter? Yeah, that is definitely a troll, I would say. We were discussing that earlier. There are 500 people watching, damn. See you later, Luke. Enjoy the game. Have I enjoyed the free hit, or does it get to the point where you just want the deadline to come? Yeah, I have to be honest. Like, I've not, I was saying this earlier, I've not really spent too much time on it, at least not panicking over it. Once I figured out I could get this front seven, I've not really changed it too much. It's just the defence. And once Moreno was kind of confirmed by Anfield Express to be playing, he was straight in. So I've only really got 2 spots to figure out, which is Bellerin and Baines. And I think I might just keep those 2. Van Dijk to get a goal versus West Brom, he's due. Yeah, I mean, he's been due for weeks. The funny thing about him, I remember saying the same about Chris Smalling last year. Or was it Phil Jones? One of those 2. At the end of last season, never happened. I think Smalling might have scored like an own goal on the last day or something like that. Which Scoutcast member has the best bid? I don't think I can answer that. I'm unbiased. I'm not. No, not biased. What's the other word? The opposite of bias. I'm not impartial. Where's the downgrade to fund him? Just get rid of Bellerin or Baines. Easy. Even if Aubameyang does start though, maybe I want Lacazette instead. Although Aubameyang's been so good for points since he's come in. His returns have been really good. Or at least consistent. What am I drinking? Water. Isn't this the ideal time to play your Fantasy Island Risk trades? I did have my Fantasy Island Risk in my team earlier on. But once I realised I could get Manny in my side, I kind of didn't think about it again. So my Fantasy Island Risk was Balassi, who stats-wise has been pretty decent recently. It's very hard to figure out what the hell is going to happen in that Newcastle and Everton game. It could just be like a boring 0-0. Is there going to be goals? I mean, Newcastle have been good recently. It's just, are they going to be on the beach? We don't really know. Oh, you've gone for Ozil. Nice. I did consider him for a little bit. Mane, Salah, Shaqiri, Ozil, and the Egyptian fella. Is the Egyptian fella not Salah? I still can't bring myself to bring Ozil in. He's so expensive. What time does the stream finish? I don't know, to be honest. Sterling, yeah, of course. I told you, didn't I? Sterling, first name on the team sheet. So let me see. So you've gone Sterling. So you basically got Ozil and I've got De Bruyne. You got Ozil and Shaqiri. I've got De Bruyne and Zaha. Interesting. The one I'd really like is Ramsey. There's just no guarantee that he starts. Otamendi, Baines and Bellerin. Oh yeah, of course, if you haven't got De Bruyne, it means you get to have a City defender. No, I'm going to captain Salah. I know it's boring, but it has to be done. Can't you make a 24-hour live stream sometime? I mean, I could, but I figured I'd probably be quite tired. I don't think you want to watch me snoring. Lacazette only, Ramsey only plays in Europa. Yeah, it's just obviously Wenger's comments about basically getting some match rhythm going by playing the team that's going to play in Europe. I mean, it is are they playing Saturday, I guess? Oh no, they're playing Sunday, okay, early game though. They're not playing until Thursday. It's a long time. Enough time to get fit again. All night stream when the game launches next season. Nah, the numbers aren't good when the game launches. You need the night before the game, before the season starts. That's when you need it. Live stream on the final game week. Consider that last season. There'll be something going on. I won't be able to do it. Weekend's not good. No promises. This game is highly addictive, you're telling me. I only started this because one of my mates invited me to a league, and there's no way I could lose. So that's when I googled for tips, and here we are. You're copying and pasting my team. You don't want to do that. Copy and paste someone else's team who does really well every year. Cheers for tuning in, Tom. When do I start streaming next season? I don't know. When the game launches, I guess, for the first time. Super Tiger, I already answered that. See you later, Stephen. What would a decent rank be? I mean, that depends who you ask. To be honest, like some people go by the 1%, so they would say like top 60k is a good finish. Some people are happy with top 100k. Personally, like I've always used Fantasy Football Scout ever since I started playing FPL, like even way before I was on the Scoutcast, and on there, top 10k was always considered a good finish. Anything outside of that was kind of considered not. Now it's much harder to get into the top 10k now, I'd say. But still, that's what I want. Top 10k. Oh, I'm having the summer off. I said that for the Euros, and then I ended up playing. But that was because there was a prize at work. So unless there's a really good prize on offer, I am not playing Fantasy World Cup. Although being able to get Jesse Lingard in my World Cup fantasy squad as well as my FPL one, I'd be happy with that. You're doing World Cup Scoutcast? For real? Oh my god. Who's doing that with you? The night shift is quite nice when I can watch your stream. Nice. Glad we can get you through the night shift. I used to do night shift. Never again. Where do you play Fantasy World Cup? I think McDonald's actually do a... I don't know if they run it or they just sponsor it or whatever, but it's usually something or other. Maybe the next chance to try out some new tech. Yeah, good point. We need to get that tech going. But we've been talking about it for ages. The possibilities are endless. You can't afford my team. You just don't have enough squad value. I did alright in the Euros. I can't remember who I had now to start off with. I think I had Dyer. He scored that free kick in the Euros. Locking the team. Yeah, this team's pretty settled. Only Bellerin and Baines would probably change. I think Lacazette stays, but I won't be happy watching it with Aubameyang on the pitch. I support Man United. Mark just joined the stream instead of posting. Nah, because once you're on, you have to talk more. It's not the same. It's nice to be able to chill out and not actually have to do the talking, to be honest. What team news would make me change your team? I don't think there's anyone. I mean, if Ramsey was guaranteed to start, that might change my thinking a bit. Otherwise, of course, if someone is ruled out, that would help, but not too much else, I don't think. Who's winning the World Cup? I keep getting asked that question, actually. I just don't know much about most of the national teams. Like, when I see who plays for Brazil, I think, well, Brazil must have a good chance. But then France, Belgium, Germany, they've all got good sides. When you play free hit, why does it say minus points when you take players out? I don't think it should. Ramsey would come in for Zaha, I would say. Let me just check this for you. Yeah, it shouldn't say minus points if you're on free hit. So two things, either you haven't got free hit activated, or you might be on the app, and I think the app's pretty rubbish. Trouble with fewer teams in the free hit is more template teams. Yeah, but there's always a template of some kind. I mean, it is. I mean, the front seven I have is quite popular, I would say. But do you know what I mean? There's Mavericks like Mark going for Ozil. The app is just so slow. Yeah, I mean, my missus, when she was playing, she would always use the app. And I don't know why. The site works perfectly well on a browser or mobile, so... Anyone ever thought of launching a fantasy football scout app? I don't. Does it need one though? I mean, it's responsive on mobile. I tend to use it now more on mobile than on browser these days. Could be better without the free hit this week if you planned in advance. Yeah, but I mean, I kind of planned because I was going to use the free hit, so I've planned around it. How tall is Mark? People ask the weirdest questions in this chat sometimes. Should we only invest in Captain Salah? I mean, the conversation about Salah captain has not really changed for months now. He's the best captain choice because he scores every week. If you want to risk him not scoring or you picking someone that scores more, of course that would really benefit your team if that happens. But you got to pick the right player. Which is always the tough part of being an FPL manager, picking the players that score really well. You're 5'11" and 3/4. There's no way you're 5'11". Hang on. Yeah. Actually, maybe you are. I've just seen a picture of you next to me, and you're a little bit shorter than me. Actually, I thought you were taller. How tall is Crouch? He must be about 6'5", 6'7". I actually think when it comes to captains and Salah, it's pointless even talking about it. You all know the deal by now. Of course there's a chance he comes off with limited minutes, but who knows what damage he could have done before that. Crouch is 6'8", Jesus. Barnes or Crouch if money wasn't an issue? I'd probably go Barnes in that case. It's been in good form. Man scored for me in the double game week. Although, I'd say he's been in good form. He hasn't scored for a couple of weeks. And that goal against Chelsea was nothing to do with him. But I'm kind of hopeful about getting a clean sheet out of Butland, so not sure how much I'd back the Burnley attackers. Salah will be a 12.5 million midfielder. Whew, Jesus. Can he repeat it? Repeat this season? Oh yeah, let's do the polls because we'll put it in the stream soon enough. Let me see what people have been voting for. Obviously, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. How much will Bale be? I'd love to see Bale back. But I mean, Bale coming back to the Premier League is discussed every single season. without fail. Captain and Kane. Yeah, but in Game Week 36, Salah might not play now. If he's playing this week. I don't know, maybe he'll just play every game. Okay, polls. So Game Week 35 captain. This is obviously going to be Salah by a mile. 71% for Salah, 16% for Jesus, so that's not too bad. 202 people voted for Salah, 48 for Jesus. And then City midfielder, 7%, so maybe some Sterling captainers there. 3% for Aubameyang or Lacazette, and then 1% for someone else. Best Man City mid who's not Sterling, 44% say De Bruyne is the best. And then it's close then. 25% say Sané, 22% say David Silva. I didn't put the D there, but hopefully you realised. 6% Gundogan. And 1% for someone else. Maybe the other Silva. And then will Lacazette or Aubameyang start? So 51% of you think both will. I also think both will. 35% just Lacazette. 11% just Aubameyang. I think that's pretty unlikely. And barely anyone thinks that neither of them will start. Looked at De Bruyne, but his goal threat versus Sterling and Sané is still worrying. Yeah, I'm tempted to switch back to Sané. But he scored so well at home. Best clean sheet chance other than Liverpool. Wow, okay, I'm quite surprised at this. 34% saying Everton. And only 30% Arsenal. 15% Stoke, 9% for Palace and Burnley. And are you free hitting this week? 80% of you, 80% of people that voted are free hitting this week. That's a lot. And then 18% have already used it. And nobody is waiting to use it later on. So why would you do that? That'd be a bit weird. That Arse Express account is not real. It's not legit, I would say. West Ham good attacking threat and still need points. I know. I don't know. I feel like if Arsenal play full strength, there's got to be a chance. If they play near enough full strength, there's got to be a chance of a clean sheet there. No sandwich for me, thanks. Going to bed soon. Lacazette versus Aubameyang is going to divide the FPL community for sure. Like I'm well prepared to face the Aubameyang heartache. I did have Arnautovic in my team originally, but I think I prefer Zaha, and then I'm not replacing any of those City or Liverpool mids basically. Can I explain why I can't afford my team? I've kind of explained that a few times already. I think even you asked it earlier. Players go up in price, you get money when it happens. That's it basically, briefly. It would be nice, well, from an FPL point of view, it would be nice to see Kane looking a bit better against Man United, but I would like them to lose, of course. Because he did not look good in the last couple of games. Completely off the pace. Andy Carroll is so appealing. I can't go another season where I get Andy Carroll in my team. I just can't. It's happened too many times in the past. If I have him on my team and then I see that he's got a double game week. In 37. That's triple captain material. Cheat codes. Yeah, that's how I got the money. Up, down, left, right, A, B, C. Do I think Clavin will start? Yes. Odds on Carroll pissing on our Bellerin chips. If you see him come on, then yeah, they certainly wouldn't be going for the triple Arsenal defence that I had in a I can't even think of the word. I had in the team earlier. Draft that I had. But we know what Carroll's like against Arsenal. He will come on, he will cause them problems. Have I ever had an Arsenal midfielder in my team this season? No, I probably haven't, to be honest. A couple of times I would have liked Ramsey, but I just never got around to it, and then he always ended up getting injured. Let me see. I'm going to check their team in case there's a midfielder I can't think. I definitely haven't had Ozil. I mean, I had Mkhitaryan at the start of the season, but he was playing for Man United. I think that's it, yeah. I've not had any. Have I seen the word analysis of the Reddit FPL rant thread? I haven't, no. Did I have Ozil? I don't think I did. 9.5 million. It's expensive, I think. Danny Ings. Do you know what? Danny Ings, who was at before? Burnley. Fair enough. He was an okay guy there, but he's not good enough for Liverpool. Surely he's going to go in the summer. Klopp can improve on that for sure. Nobody mentioned Milner for 34 weeks, and now he's in half the teams. Because he hasn't been playing regularly. So no one wants a player that's not playing. And now we think he's definitely going to start. And what I completely forgot earlier is he's still listed as a defender. That won't be the same next season, you'd imagine. But right now he's listed as a defender. So he's going to play in midfield. But he can get a clean sheet, potential attack and returns. It's a free hit, so all bets are off. You can get him in. You're not stuck with him later on. That's why, basically. You're glad Ozil had a bit of an off-season, so there'll be 1 million less next year. Yeah, I think, in general, I think FPL pretty much nailed the pricing this year, which is why, when the double game week came around, it was actually tough to decide on kind of Lukaku or Kane, or if you wanted both, you had to make sacrifices. I think that was good, but I think Ozil is probably one they got a bit wrong. But when you look at his previous seasons, kind of points per game and stuff, he's usually up there with some of the better mids. So arguably he could be worth 9.5, but I think next year he has to be a bit lower. But not too much though. I wouldn't I wouldn't price him at like 8. Maybe, is he bad enough to drop to 8.5? I don't know. 9 though, for sure. You look extremely tired. That's because I am extremely tired. But I don't have to get up early tomorrow, so he'll only go to 9. Oh, there you go. I mean, the thing is, when Ozil's on it, he's one of those players that once he gets an assist, he's got the 3 bonus points all almost already wrapped up. And we have seen him chipping with goals, of course. So he can be good. He's not going to be the guy that you captain. He's not going to score big every week, but consistently he can do well. Just haven't seen it this year at all. From him or any Arsenal player, really. I mean, Aubameyang, okay, has been okay recently. That's about it. Man City mids will all be 9+. Yeah, we're not getting Sterling for 8 or 8.5 again, are we? Colin, you keep asking why you can't afford my team. I've kind of said it like a million times. I mean, not literally, of course. Ozil is a joke, FPL-wise, period. Why is that? I'm not sure I agree. I mean, this season, yes. But then, he's just had an off-season. It happens. Like, you'd hope next year more of the Man United midfielders will be options, but I mean, Sanchez is going to have to drop in price, you'd imagine, a bit. Sanchez could be one of the best options at the start of next season. No World Cup. No World Cup, and he's going to probably get a price reduction. He should still be nailed on. If something crazy happens over the summer. I mean, Ozil, talking about Ozil, he got 200 points a couple of seasons ago. He got 167 last year, but in less minutes. 8 goals, 11 assists. Has the guy at the top of my min league hit the free hit button? Yeah, he definitely will have. He knows what he's doing. He's following some kind of FPL content people. I don't know who, but... Right, I think I'm going to leave it there. What is it? It's midnight. Midnight exactly. We've done the polls. I can't believe there's so many people watching. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new around here. That'll let you know when the next stream... yeah, exactly. Damn those FPL content people. He stayed ahead of me the whole season. And he had freaking Smalling on his bench boost. Anyway. Yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll probably stream again on Sunday, I reckon. Straight after the... Oh, there's a game on Monday this week, isn't there? We might still go on Sunday, because most of the games have been played, and who cares about Everton and Newcastle, really? Cheers for tuning in, everyone. Good luck in 35. Team will be out on Twitter at some point tomorrow. I don't think it's going to change too much from this, to be honest. But yeah, I'll see you next stream. See you later.